Okay, we're gonna go over Tom's song "Castles." Um, gonna try to not to say so many times, but in any case, uh, there I go again. We are gonna go over castles. Try to get a few lines in, not a lot. We want to make a connection with what he's saying in this song. So what I'm going to do is, this is the infancy stage of what I'm trying to do here. So bear with me and we'll get this done together. My name is, there we go again, Little Cubby. This is therapy with Little Cubby. All right, let me go ahead and hit, I'll put my glasses on first. Okay, hit the play button. I have the words up here on, so we're gonna go over them a little bit. And
I see you at the liquor store, leaving with the cheapest can of beer on the shelf. You ain't living on the street, but you barely making rent. Not relate, cause I'm struggling myself. I see you smile at the clerk when you from a
okay, so he's basically saying here that he's he's in the liquor store and he's being observant. He sees somebody leaving with a cheap can of beer, so obviously he's making some kind of judgment with this cheap can of beer. So, and what we tend to do is if we see cheap beer, you know, they can't afford it, they're down on their luck, they're, you know, they've seen better days, let's just say. And, you know, he wants to help, but he's barely making rent himself, and he's struggling, so he can't. So there's this, he sees hopelessness and then he feels hopelessness because he wants to help, but he can't help. And man, how many times have we been there in that situation? Okay, so let's just go on.
I see you at the liquor store, leaving with the cheapest can of beer on the shelf. You ain't living on the street, but you barely making rent. Not relate, cause I'm struggling myself. I see you smile at the clerk when you fumble through your purse. I just wish I had a little more to help. I imagine where you living, how you feeling, what you loving, who you'll be if you can make it out your hell. I see you at the bus stop, looking at the sidewalk, smoking half a cigarette, waiting for a ride.
Okay, so let's go back over that one little section again.
What you loving, who you'll be if you can make it out your hell. I see you at the bus stop, looking at the sidewalk, smoking half a cigarette, waiting for a ride. Kinda limp when you walk and look away. When you talk, you're ashamed, I can see it in your eyes. Probably
Okay, so he's ashamed. And it's a very it's a very powerful scene. And in the scene, you can see that he's not.
see it in your eyes. Probably got a NASCAR shirt and
You can see that he's
have a cigarette.
he's making more judgments again.
Kinda limp when you walk and look away. When you talk, you're ashamed, I can see it in your eyes. Probably got a NASCAR shirt.
Yeah, and so much of what you see going on here is I'm sorry, I'm still trying to learn how to do all the tech stuff for this. I haven't figured it out yet, obviously, but that's why I'm just using a video. I went on OB to try to see if I could do something there, but I need different technical things. So they're pretty expensive, so we'll see what happens. But he says, I see you at the bus stop looking at the sidewalk. Down, not making eye contact. Smoking half a cigarette, waiting for a ride. Kind of limp when you walk and look away when you talk. You're ashamed. I can see it in your eyes. And what I meant when I said that there's a lot going on here, there's in this scene, if you could think about it, how many times have you talked to somebody and they can't look you in the eye when they're talking to you? They just can't. And it's because they're ashamed, or I've heard also that they're lying. I don't know. That's for another topic. But if they're ashamed, they can't look at. I've done that myself. I've been ashamed of something and not been able to look somebody in the eye when I'm telling them about it, and I've also lied and not been able to look someone in the eye when I'm telling them about it. It's something that you have to forcibly make yourself do, and look them in the eye. It's just you have to force yourself to do it, and if you can do that, you're a better man than me. Okay, so basically, I see you at the bus stop, looking at the sidewalk, smoking half a cigarette, waiting for a ride. Kind of limp when you walk and look away when you talk. You're ashamed. I can see it in your eyes. So we can see what's going on here. We got the guy that comes out of the liquor store with a cheap can of beer, down on his luck. Now he's at the bus stop. It could be a different guy, different set of circumstances. Smoking half a cigarette, waiting for a ride. And he can't look somebody in the eye. So it's you get the picture of what's going on here. There's some real sadness going on here. Somebody's in a sad place in their life right now in this song.
For a ride, kind of limp when you walk and look away when you talk. You're ashamed. I can see it in your eyes. Probably got a NASCAR shirt and a car that you love, but you're here because you're too afraid to drive. It's been almost 10 years since the day that you crashed and forget about the little boy's life.
Okay, so let me read these words to you. Probably got a NASCAR shirt and a car that you love, but you're here because you're too afraid to drive at the bus stop. It's been almost 10 years since the day that you crashed. Can't forget about the little boy's life. So the guy bought the beer. He went to the bus stop. He can't look anybody in the eyes. And he obviously crashed his car and killed somebody, a little boy. Well, that'll take it out of anybody. And how do you rebound from that? I mean, what did the victims' families say? Was it a DUI, manslaughter type charge? Who knows? But it's open-ended here, so it could fit that scenario. It could fit that scenario, and what did the victim's family say to this man? Was there, any sorrow on his part initially? I'm sure there was. It sounds like there was. If it's affected him, impacted him in the way that it has, I'm sure that there's been I'm sure he's very, very sorry. In addition, is there any forgiveness on the victim's family's part? In many cases, the operative word there would be no, but in unusual cases, the answer would be yes. So, where do you go from here? We're going to assume that this guy hasn't gotten any forgiveness. He hasn't gotten anything from the victim's family as far as forgiveness. So, he's just overcome with guilt, and it's created this depression on him to the point where he can't even function normally in life. He probably doesn't have a lot of money, so he's at a point where basically all he can do is look up. So we'll see what happens, but if you are down on your luck, if you've been, a person that's done something that you didn't mean to do or accidentally did it, and it's caused someone else great harm in some way, emotionally, physically, whatever the case might be, and you have this weight of guilt and which has caused you to go into depression. If that's happened, man, the question is, how do you come out of that? How do you come out of that? How do you rise above it? How do you come up after you've gone down so low? Okay, let's go on.
Everybody's got a story. If you look a little closer, you can see it in the wrinkles in their face. They can hide it in the silence, they can bury it and fight it, but it comes out when the hair is
Everybody's got a story. If you look a little closer, you can see it in the wrinkles in their face. They can hide it in the silence. They can bury it and fight it, but it comes out when their hair's turning gray. So the stress of whatever is going on is causing, that worry wrinkle or their hair to turn gray is what Tom is saying here. But the thing about it is, what I glean from this is everybody's got a story if you look a little closer. Okay, that's perfect right there, because what that means is that he is actually has a desire to know a story and to look a little closer. So many people don't care about. You see a homeless guy walking down the street, or a woman, or a family these days. And we turn the other way and look the other way when, man, do they have a story to tell? They got something made them that way. Something happened to them to, bring their life to that culmination of downtrodden life, I guess. Something happened, and you could see it in their face. They're quiet. They don't say a lot, and they suppress it. But how do you rise up out of that? That's our question. How do you overcome that? And I'm not here to tell people how to overcome anything. I'm just going by this song and the way I interpret it. Okay. Okay, so he says, you can feel it when you touch them. Oh man, you can feel like when something's wrong with somebody, you can actually touch them and you can feel the tension that's in their body. You can feel it. Masseuse, people that do massages and whatnot, they say that all the time. First thing they say when they grab your shoulders is, man, you got a lot of tension. What's going on? So yeah. So yeah, that's I believe that to be a very, very true. So he says, you can feel it when you feel it if you touch them. Oh, let me think about that a little deeper. You can feel it if you touch them. So there's an if in there. That if connotates that, probably that most people aren't being touched. As a matter of fact, they're not even being looked at. Like I said earlier, a lot of times we just avoid people like this. When really they need a hug. They need a hug. And if you give someone a hug, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll feel that, if they're in this situation. Okay, so he says, you can feel it if you touch them. You can tell that they are troubled. You can hear the story running through their veins. Man, what a line. We all travel different roads and we put on different clothes underneath it. We're all the same. We're really all the same. So we all bleed the same. We put our pants on the same way. You've heard that plenty of times. No matter what the pigmentation of our skin is, doesn't matter where we come from or where we're going to, we're all really the same. We're the same. We all have troubles. We all got something. My wife says that there's this certain person on TV that she watches. That's a morning show, and she always says that she likes what she says, because the woman always says, we all got our stuff. We all got something. So, in lieu of that, that's what that's saying. We're all the same. We all got problems. We all got issues. It's how we deal with them and rise above them. And I'm just saying, talking about them is, and communicating them, those struggles and whatnot, that's half the battle that we should be doing. And that's what this music is about. Tom is talking his way through many of the things that he felt in his life at an early age. I love his old songs. I like his new ones too. But the old ones, before he became really super famous, they're good. All right, here we go. Okay, so right here we have a choice. We, we, um, we have a choice. We've all got problems and we all feel alone. We've all been haunted by the secrets we hold. And man, secrets will wear you down. Secrets will put the gray hair on your head quick. It'll wrinkle your face up quick. Problems too. Problems can too. But secrets, secrets are bad. So what we should be doing is realizing that we've all got these problems. We've all, we've had some things in our past that we don't want to talk about, that we don't share, and we should. And in sharing, it allows healing. So that's what we're talking about here. So the next part says, we could fill our coffins with the rocks they have thrown, or we could build our castles with the sticks and the stones. Okay, that's a lot right there. Of course, that's the chorus. So we could fill our coffins with the rocks they have thrown. So we could allow these rocks to kill us. We could allow these things that have happened to us, that life has thrown us, and that in turn, because life's thrown us this curveball, now we get these rocks thrown at from people because we're not up to snuff with how people think we should be. We're not living a certain way maybe people think we should be living. Maybe we have tattoos. I'm just saying. Maybe we, drink, at night after work. Ooh, we have a beer or two or three. Maybe, whatever it is. Okay, so those are the types of rocks. When people judge you about this or that, then they become ammunition. The rocks are ammunition, and we can fill our coffins with those rocks that they have thrown, or we could build our castles with the same ammunition that they've thrown at us. We could build something out of that and make a foundation and build from there. So, or we could build our castles with the sticks and the stones. The old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. That's really not true. Names are terrible, but we're talking about the sticks and stones here. Let's take the sticks and stones and let's make something great out of them. That's what Tom's saying here. Let's make something great. We don't have to be wallowing in the fact that we got our, for lack of a better way of saying it, we got our butts kicked once or twice. Let's figure something out and go from and build up from there, and so it doesn't happen again. Don't let the trials of life wear you down so much, that you just can't get up and keep going. There's so many different ways to say what he's trying to say here. The main thing is just talking about what he's saying here. I love it. I love it. We could build our castles with the sticks and the stones. Problems that we all feel alone. We've all been haunted by the secrets we hold. And there it is, right there. So we all got problems. We all feel alone in our problems, and mainly because the reason why we feel alone in our problems is because we won't talk about them. We won't communicate them. And then we've been haunted by the secrets we hold. And so if we're not communicating our problems, we're not communicating our secrets, and therefore, we're haunted by them. It's this ominous oppression on us at all times. And then it causes us to, just go down this staircase of despair to where we get stuck down there. And that's what we were talking about in the beginning. That's what that person at the beginning was. He was down that staircase of despair. He was in the bottom. He was at the bottom. He was at the very bottom. So, again, how we come up? Well, we just saw a little bit. Tom says, hey, instead of, allowing the sticks and stones to, make our coffin for us and death, basically. How about let's make something great. Let's build a castle out of it, because everything that happens to you has it creates who you are. How you deal with it and everything. It makes you a better person. It can make you a better person if you allow it to. Man, just talking about it is the best thing.
Sitting on the front porch playing with a radio, looking to the sky. Probably living in that house all alone these days, trying to find a better way to pass time.
I see you sitting on the front porch playing with a radio, looking to the sky, probably living in that house all alone these days, trying to find a better way to pass time. Obviously, this person doesn't have anything going on in their life. They're just sitting at their house on the front porch, just staring up, just listening to the radio. They don't have, it sounds like this person lacks motivation. And I'm sure that there's been countless and numerous things that happened in their life that caused them to lose motivation. And again, what we're trying to do is turn that around. How do we turn it around? Okay, so.
Got a wheelchair ramp leading up to the door. I can see that you walk just fine. Probably hate it because it isn't getting used anymore, and you only ever build it for your wife.
Whew, okay. So he says, got a wheelchair ramp leading up to the door. I can see that you walk just fine. Probably hate it because it isn't getting used anymore, and you only ever built it for your wife. Woo! So this person, lost their wife to something. She was in a wheelchair, and his health issues are nothing, but hers were everything, and obviously she's not around anymore, and she's not there now. I'm going to assume that in this situation she might have passed away, and so now he's dealing with all those feelings, and again, they have to be talked through.
Anymore, and you only ever build it for your wife. Everywhere that I walk, see you on the sidewalk, begging for a little loose change for some dough. Probably got a mama and a papa spending everything they make, trying to clean you up enough to take you home.
Okay, so here he's talking about another person. Everywhere that I walk, I see you on the sidewalk, begging for a little loose change for some dope. Probably got a mama and a papa spending everything they make, trying to clean you up enough to take you home. Okay, so let's just say this guy's in rehab, or maybe they want to put him in rehab so that they can bring him home, so that they can bring him home clean. We got all these people in our corner, and sometimes we just push them away, and we keep doing what we're doing because we won't communicate with them. Communication is key to everything. So everywhere that I walk, I see you on the sidewalk begging for a little loose change for some dope. We see that around here all the time, whether it's dope or food or alcohol or just money to survive. It's hard to say. I can't make that judgment anymore. I can't tell anymore what's real and what's not. What's asking for real help or not. The only thing you could do in my situation, what I do is if I feel in my gut to give, I do it. That's it. If I don't feel that in my gut, I don't. It's not anything that's no one's going to be upset with you one way or another. I wouldn't, at least not here. You know what I mean? Okay.
Used to have a good job, used to get good grades, used to have big dreams, and he lost hope. When your girlfriend died, giving birth to your son, you're the father that'll probably never know. Okay, so we're just getting into more and more and more situations. This is all situational stuff that's starting to happen now. So I think I'm going to read this last one, and then I'm going to stop this.
So let me go back and we'll read this one and talk about it real quick. Used to have a good job, used to get good grades, used to have big dreams when you lost hope. When your girlfriend died giving birth to your son, you're the father that he'll probably never know. Okay, so it's just situational. So here, what Tom's done is he's taken all these different situations where people have found themselves down the stairs of depression, down the stairs of no hope. And just like he said before, we're all the same. We all got problems. We all got something. We all got something. We all got our thing. And in this situation, this guy's girlfriend died when she was having birth to their child, to their son. And man, that's hard to come back from. But you can. And it's called communication. Talking through it. Letting other people know how you feel. And then there's other people that have been through the same thing. And then you guys can glean from one another strength, hope, and rise above. And take the sticks and the stones and make castles. That's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about. And that's what Tom has done. And I don't know. I have to do this with every one of his songs for myself. I have to go through, read the words slowly, and I have to understand them, what he's trying to say. And the beat's great and everything's good, but the words are fantastic. Anyway, I'm just going to stop here. You guys go ahead and play this song the rest of the way out and listen to it. And man, just know that this guy, Tom MacDonald, has some great stuff to say. Or he said it already. I just want people to hear it. And I'm going to do my part to spread it. I'm 53 years old this year, and I don't know, I haven't done anything like this ever. And I just feel like it's part of a good thing. So I want to do it. So I'll figure out a song and I'll let you guys know, like maybe Wednesday what song I'll be doing. And if you guys want to tune in and check it out again on next week, Friday at noon, that would be great. Anyways, have a good week, and I'll talk to you later.